The cafeteria went silent, not the kind of silence that happens when a teacher walks in, but the kind that comes with cruelty. "Move, Piggy," a voice boomed across the lunchroom. Cups clattered. Trays froze mid-air. Heads turned. Samantha froze too. Her heart pounded in her chest, and her fingers tightened around the edge of her lunch tray. She had just stepped into the cafeteria, trying to find a seat in the sea of students. But her path had been blocked, not by tables or chairs, but by the cruel grin of Tyler Grant. Tall, athletic, and dripping with overconfidence, Tyler was the school's star athlete and self-appointed king of mockery. He looked Samantha up and down with smug satisfaction. "Oh wait," he added, loud enough for the entire room to hear. "I mean, do you eat at the table, or do we bring you a trove?" Laughter erupted. Samantha felt the walls close in. She turned around and left, blinking back tears. Samantha had always been big. Not just chubby, but soft, round, and taller than most girls. She'd learned to dress in hoodies and keep her head down. She didn't fight back. She didn't talk back, and that's why they picked her. But what they didn't know, what even Samantha had forgotten, was that everyone has a breaking point. That evening, Samantha locked her door and sat in front of her mirror. Her eyes were red, but not from crying anymore. She was angry. Not just at Tyler, but at herself, for letting them make her feel small. She reached for the box under her bed. It had dust on it. Inside were photos of her as a kid, playing soccer, hiking with her dad, swinging from monkey bars. She wasn't always the shy girl who hid behind books and hoodies. She stared at one photo, 10-year-old Samantha, face smeared with dirt, grinning after a wrestling tournament win. That night, she made a choice, not revenge. Redemption. Samantha signed up for self-defense classes the very next day. Not the glamorous kickboxing kind. Real-world stuff, gritty, humbling. At first, she was terrible, out of breath in minutes, falling out of holds, flinching at contact. But she didn't stop. Every insult Tyler had ever thrown at her echoed in her mind. She turned the pain into fuel. Week after week, month after month, she trained. And something incredible started happening. She didn't just get stronger, she got louder inside. The shame? The fear. It started fading. By the time senior year rolled around, Samantha walked the halls with a different kind of silence. The kind that comes from knowing exactly who you are. She didn't expect Tyler to stop. People like him rarely do. One afternoon, during a pep rally in the gym, Tyler strutted across the bleachers like he owned them. The cheerleaders were cheering, the music was blaring, and the whole school was watching. Samantha was sitting in the front row when Tyler's eyes locked on her. "Well, look who finally got tired of grazing in the library," he sneered. Did someone lose their pet pig? It was loud enough for the entire gym to hear. Gasps, a few chuckles, but also awkward silence. Some students were tired of the same old act. This time, Samantha didn't walk away. She stood up. Calm, controlled, eyes locked on his. Still trying to impress everyone with jokes that stopped being funny in middle school. She said. Her voice was strong. Tyler blinked. "What'd you say, Piggy?" he snapped, stepping closer. Samantha didn't move. "Say that again." He grinned, stepping into her space. "Piggy." What happened next happened fast. Too fast for anyone to intervene. Tyler reached forward to push her like he'd done 100 times before. But this time, Samantha moved. With precision and grace, she blocked his hand, twisted, and pinned his arm behind his back with ease. He squealed. Loud. Real. The gym fell into stunned silence. Samantha didn't hurt him, just held him long enough for everyone to see what real power looked like. Then she let go. Tyler stumbled back, face red, ego shattered. "You might want to think twice before touching someone again," she said calmly. The principal rushed in, but it was already done. Everyone had seen it. And more importantly, Everyone had felt it. The days that followed were surreal. People started talking to Samantha, not in pity, but in awe. She wasn't Piggy anymore. She was the girl who stood her ground, who transformed without losing her heart. But Samantha didn't care about the attention. What mattered most was that she didn't flinch anymore when she looked in the mirror. The power wasn't in what she did to Tyler. It was in who she became to herself. She went on to graduate with honors and eventually became a self-defense instructor, helping girls find their own voice through movement, strength, and confidence. She used to wonder if she'd ever forgive Tyler. She eventually did, not because he deserved it, but because she refused to carry his cruelty in her heart anymore. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't to strike back. It's to rise and make the world watch you do it.